Okay, great. So the recording has started. So, so waffle chart was something which was more like structured data, and that's why we use pandas, we use NumPy to do some kind of statistics, as well as we actually created some columns and assigned those columns for each state or for each uh, uh, of the item. Now, word cloud is not does not fall under structured data. It is a text-based data. We see a lot of text around. So how to represent that text is what we are going to learn in this session. So first thing first, let us see what is a word cloud. And what I've done here is I have three different examples. The first example is in Hindi, the other one is in English, and the third one is in Malayalam. What we are doing here is we are going to highlight some of the words. Of course, I mean, I don't know Malayalam, so I don't know what it has written, but in Hindi it has written Nashpati, Shahtut, Amla, Kathal. So those are different fruit names. And then we have some words which are highlighted in English, which is people, Arduino, Twitter, access. So it seems like there are some words which are highlighted, which are in bold, which has got bigger size. And then there are some words which are very small in size, shape, their font is very small. For example, we can see Singhara, we can see Alu Bukhara, or perhaps Sitafal. They're all in smaller font. We can also see Google, Silverlight, bots, they're in smaller font. So you might have got the idea of what the word cloud is then. Word cloud, we also call it as tag cloud or Wordle or weighted list, is the visualization of textual data to depict the keyword metadata, or we also call it these as tags on different medias, for example, websites, social media, print media, so that we can actually visualize it with their uh, weightage. For example, we are reading the news in the morning, and in the morning news, we're all talking about share market. And what we're going to do is we're going to read the share market. So what we are going to hear again and again, we're going to hear again and again Nifty, Sensex, or perhaps Bombay Stock Exchange, National Stock Exchange. So these are the words which are getting highlighted or which are going to talk, which people are going to talk about more often. So perhaps if we could convert word cloud of that morning news, then Bombay Stock Exchange, uh, Delhi Stock Exchange, or perhaps Sensex, these words are going to pop up. So based on the importance of each word or importance of each tag, we highlight those words with bigger font or with different color. And that is nothing but word cloud. So visualization of text data to depict the keyword metadata or tags on website, social media, or to visualize free form text is nothing but word cloud. And those words, keywords, or tags are usually single word. We will never mention a tag word which is made up of 3 words or 4 words. We'll always talk about, say, for example, Bombay, Delhi. We'll not talk about capital of India. We'll not talk about state of Maharashtra. We'll not talk about the population of particular country because we use tags in single words. Now, why do we use cloud word or word cloud? And it is because It is very useful way to quickly perceive the most prominent terms to determine its relative prominence. So say for example, we're talking about GDP, then if we make a word cloud, then GDP highlights GDP India 5.6%, 8.9%, 11.2%. So all those things come up with their prominence. So without reading entire article, without reading entire thing, we can understand what that article is talking about. We can understand what that news is talking about, what that social media is talking about. So bigger is the term, greater is the weight. So what I did for my last semester's class for my MTech students is I went to IIIT Pune's website and copied the front page material and created a word cloud. And I displayed that word cloud over here. And then what you can see over here is that that word cloud is giving me 5 different things which are prominent things. So without actually reading anything, I can talk about this word cloud for next 2 minutes. Like this word cloud is about the institute which is located in Pune. That institute is doing engineering activities as well as research activities. They are running some programs. Those programs are on yearly basis, and most of the programs are technical programs. This institute is Indian Institute, and they have some courses. So this is what information I can get. So without reading entire text, without reading 1,000 words or without reading 100 words, I can mention what that text is about. It is about the institute in Pune, which is doing research, and also it is doing some kind of programs in engineering and technology. So very easy, isn't it? What has happened nowadays is social media and other print medias have boomed like anything. So if you want to actually get the gist of all those things, this word cloud becomes very handy. If say for example 1,000 people are tweeting about one particular uh, one particular topic or problem, then we can actually just create word cloud and then we can see what people are talking about, what are their demands, what they are actually trying to ask. So all those things we can do very easily using social media, so using word cloud. Now you will ask like why we are going to use word cloud in a class which is focusing on IoT data. And one of the easy reason is many a times in IoT domain, we come across certain things. For example, if I'm working in a technology company where we are making some kind of bearings. So in bearings, friction is one of the component which we have to look into. We have to look into what is the ambient temperature. We have to look into what is the weather. And for all those things, I can have a data in structured manner. I can have a numeric data. But if I could also have some kind of word cloud, then I can get to know what are my demands, what is required in next 10 days, what is required in next 2 years. For example, bearings are getting worn, so we have to change bearings, or perhaps I have to change a robot because robot is getting highlighted, or maybe we're talking about lubrications because lubrication word is coming often in my emails or it is coming very often in company social media. And that's why we are also looking not just into numeric data coming from IoT devices, but also we're looking at some kind of text data for getting more business intelligence. Okay, so I hope like you all understand what is word cloud. Now, like in the morning and in the afternoon, we're again going to go for one actual example of creating a word cloud. So give me one moment. I'll start my notebook. And as usual, if you are actually following certain things, with me, then I'll be little slow and then you can actually do certain things with me or try to understand what I'm trying to do. So, okay, so I have opened the untitled uh, notebook. Now, like in the afternoon where we installed Folium, or in the morning like we installed Folium, now we are going to install word cloud itself. So what I'm going to write here is pip install word cloud. Okay, so it means like word cloud. Pip install word cloud. Now, of course, I mean, I know that I have already installed word cloud, so it might be very easy. But if it is not, then I have to actually wait for some time. Perfect. Yeah. Okay. Great. So it collected the word cloud, started downloading it, and then uh, it was actually found that it already exists. So that's why it mentioned the requirement already satisfied. If you are using word cloud for the first time, then like I mentioned in the morning, you have to wait for some time. You can wait for about 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and within 10 minutes, you'll start. Uh, Many times students does have complained me about not able to install word cloud. So if you're not able to install word cloud, do let me know. There are a couple of other ways. Perhaps what I can do is like I already have a word cloud installation file. I can share that file with you if you're not able to download it from the cloud. Okay, so first thing first, what we did is we installed word cloud. Now what we're going to do is we are now going to import certain things. So what we're going to do is we're going to import matplotlib, and we're going to import it as mpl. We're also going to import matplotlib.pyplot as plt. Okay, so I'm just going to import matplotlib as mpl, matplotlib.pyplot as plt, and then I'm also going to import numpy as NP. Okay, so these are the three libraries and classes which we are going to import. Perfect. So import is complete. Now what we're going to do is we are essentially going to convert images into some arrays. So we want to convert images to or into arrays. So we want to convert images into array, and that's why we are going to import one of the packages called image. So from PIL, we are going to import image. So by doing so, we can convert images into arrays. Okay. And we're going to also import word cloud and stop words. I'll talk about stop words in next couple of minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to import stop words and word cloud. Word cloud. I'm going to import word cloud and stop words. Now let us see what is stop word. And for that, I have to go back to my slide. Now, what are stop words? Now, stop words are the words which are omitted from the concordance or index. For example, I am going to village. So here, I is a stop word because I will get repeated many times, or am is going to repeat many times. Going, village are the two words which we are interested in. I am not interested in I, am, and to. Okay, so for me, I, we, you, are, was, there, here, about, by, to, these are stop words. These are the words which we generally omit from the index. We don't use those words to prepare the index because those are the words which are commonly used and does not have any value. Uh, so these are the stop words which we want to omit from our text so that we will not have occurrence of those words and getting unnecessary importance to those words. And that's why we use stop words. Now, the next thing what I did earlier was I went to IIIT Pune's website. I went to IIIT Pune's website, and from there, I copied the first three paragraphs and I converted that into a text file and I saved it as .txt file. I saved it as iiit.txt file. So what I am going to do is now I'm going to import that text file and trying to read that file. Okay, and that is what we'll do in over here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to write IIIT intro, that is uh, the thing which we are going to save as. So we are going to actually define IIT intro by opening a file called iiit.txt, which we have just saved, or which I have saved on my desktop. So iiit.txt, and I want to make it as readable file, and then I'm going to open it as read. So we're going to read this file and save it. So read the saved saved txt iit.txt. Okay, so that is what we're going to do. Now, okay, so what it is saying is that, oh, okay, makes sense. So it is IIT, not IIT. Okay, fine. So now we have IIT underscore intro is ready for our next work. Now what we are going to do is we are going to use stop word command, what we just mentioned or just we discussed. So I'm going to write stop word equal to set stop words, and then remove stop words from word cloud. Okay, so that is what we are doing. So we are actually using stop word to omit those words from word cloud. Okay, so far so good. Now, what we are going to do is we are going to now create a word cloud. Just first thing, we are going to create a word cloud. So what we're going to do is initiate a word cloud. It's much easier. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to use command called image show. So create a dot im show. We are going to write No, why we're actually doing that? I'm not going to write it now. Sorry for that. We're going to first initiate the word cloud. So since we're going to initiate the word cloud, what we're going to do is we're going to now define the word cloud. And that definition will be IIT word cloud. IIT word cloud is equal to word cloud. And then what I have is I have to define a background. So let us make a background of let's go for white background. Background color is equal to white. Then we are actually going to use max words is equal to 500 because I mean like the total number of words is about 1000. We're just going to limit them to 500. This is especially useful when we are just reading abstract or we are just reading introduction part in a paper or we are actually just reading one of the articles. So if that is the case, then we can define how many maximum words we should be using for our word cloud. I'm just going to write it as max words equal to say, I just write it as say let us put 2000. And then we are also going to include stop words. Stop words is equal to okay. That's it. So we have everything ready. So we have now defined or initiated or uh, instantiated the word cloud. Now let us actually see or generate the word cloud. Okay. So now let us actually generate the word cloud. It is IIT generate thing. It is coming from IIT underscore info. So it is coming from this IIT intro. Okay, the one where we have actually already saved our txt file. And let us see what we see. Okay, so the word cloud is generated. We have initiated everything. Looks good. Now the next thing what I wanted to do and which I just hurried was to display the word cloud. But let us see, I mean, if this works well. I thought so. There is some top words. Yeah, okay, makes sense. Okay, so ground color is ground color. Hopefully this will work now. Perfect. Yeah. So okay, so word cloud is kind of generated. Okay, so it is giving me an output stating that word cloud is generated as blah blah blah. Now, what we're going to see is how that word cloud looks like, and for that we have to display that word cloud. So display the word cloud. Okay, so we can display the word cloud. We use the command plt dot I'm show. Then we're going to write IIT underscore WC. And then we're actually going to interpolate that in a bilinear way so that we can actually see it properly. So interpolation is linear. Okay, and then we are not going to show any axis. So what we'll do is like we'll make axis off. So we'll just go for PLT dot axis. Let us make it off. Okay, great. And then PLT dot show. Okay, so it was easy. So and let us see if we could see the word cloud. Okay. Okay. Great. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. So I had missed N. So now it is back. So what we have done is we have now displayed the word cloud from the text file which we saved from the IIT webpage. So this word cloud is going to highlight, it is highlighting two main words and four subsidiary words. The first word which is getting highlighted is Institute and Pune. So it is a Pune based institute and it has got engineering program and as well as research. And one of the other word which is getting highlighted is year, which is perfectly all right. And it is year because we might have first year, second year, third year, fourth year, or MTech first year, second year. So that's why that particular word is getting highlighted. So this is how we can create a word cloud. It's very easy to create word cloud. Now let us actually play with this word cloud. I mean, whatever we have done is great, but let us see if we could actually dig more and try to actually play with it so we can have some better things. So what I can do is I can just copy this one, paste it over here. It is working well. I need to write it one more time. And now what we'll do is we'll set the height and width of this particular word cloud. The word cloud which we are seeing now is great. It looks great. We don't have any issue, but we want to make it little bigger. We want to make sure that it is big enough so that we can read most of the things. So here, and what we'll do is we'll go for big is equal to PLT dot figure, and we're going to set the dimensions. So we're going to set fig width. Let us set it to 15, and so here like we are going to set the width, and we're also going to set the height. Let us make it as 12. Yeah, that's fine. So we'll have height and width, which is 15 and 12. That should be okay. And set height of the word cloud, height of the word cloud. That's it. So, and now we're going to display the word cloud. Okay. And let us see how we can actually see it. Yeah, let's make it a little bigger. Okay. Okay. Now we have the same figure or same image, which has now become a little bit bigger. And now since it is a little bit bigger, now I can clearly see many hidden words which I couldn't see earlier. For example, I can now clearly see temporary. I can clearly see information technology. I can see, maybe I can make it a little bit bigger for you. I can see Indian Institute now. Earlier it was just Institute, now it is Indian Institute. I can see course. I can see MTech. I can see student, department, campus, ECE. So all those things are now visible to me. by just making it a little bit bigger. So one of the other things what I want to try and I want to actually show it to you, which I kind of like it, is to convert this rectangle into some shape. We're going to actually just convert that into some shape. And that is what do in the next thing. So before that, I wanted to just actually make one more thing. Now, what we have done here is I can see that there are some words which are uh, over there. For example, ghat. Ghat is there. For me, the ghat is not a proper word, which can actually come over here. So should I remove the ghat word? I can do that. And in order to do that, what we're going to do is we are going to add some stop words. So I can see ghat over here. I don't want that ghat. So let us add that into the stop word. So I'm just going to write stop word dot add, and whatever you want to add, I want to add ghat. This is a stop word. I don't want to include that in my word cloud. So add the words to stop word. Okay. So I wanted to add that word to the stop word, the stop word. Okay, great. And now let us now regenerate the word cloud. So how we can do it? We can again go back to and actually just copy this one. Yes. And what I can do is I can also actually regenerate the word cloud. So it is IIT underscore word cloud dot generate and IIT dot intro. Perfect. So I'm going to regenerate the word cloud by making sure that ghat goes to the stop word list. And let us actually rerun it one more time. Everything is okay? Yeah, perfect. What happened? Oh, perfect. Makes sense. Else, okay. So now I could see that the ghat word was there. Now in the next word cloud, that uh, ghat word has gone. So we added one of the words into stop word so that we could remove that from our word cloud. Okay, so now it is much clear. It is much better now. We have Pune Institute, Program Research, Engineering, Indian Institute, Academics, and now we can see that there is one more word which is popping now is Dr. Chukla, temporary, Pisoli, India, bus, PhD. So which is quite good. So this is a very good word cloud, giving much of the information about IIT Pune. So far, so good. Now, what we will do is we will actually convert this image, which is in a rectangle, to the image which will be falling in certain shape. So for that, what I did is I went to IIT Pune, IIT Pune. So I went to Hyderabad, and over there I found one logo. That logo was made up of shield. So what I did is I actually copied that shield and converted that into a black and white image. So I converted that into a black and white image and stored it. So essentially, I can show you that image. So just give me a moment. can show it to you over here. So I converted that image into a black and white PNG file, PNG image, and I named it as IIIT underscore mask. So this is a mask which we generated from the image which was on the website. So it is IIIT underscore mask.png. So we are going to use this file for fitting or putting all the information, and then we'll use it for our other purposes. Okay. This one. Yeah. So let us go back to okay. So what we are going to do is now we are going to define a mask. So one a mask. So we are going to write it as IITP or IIT mask is equal to np dot array. Then we are going to write image dot open, and we're going to use IP underscore mask dot png. Okay. Okay. Let us see if it works. Wait, it worked. Wait. So now again, what we're going to do is we're going to set the width and height, and we're going to actually just show everything. So now we have defined height. Now we're going to actually just put everything over here. So I'm just going to copy it from here and the PLT width. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is like I just want to make it a little smaller. So I can just make it into 10 and 13. That will work. Then instead of you see, I should write mask, and I'm just going to define color map equal to plt dot cm dot gray, and the interpolation is bilinear. Dot x is off, and it is image show. Okay, and this is what I can see. So like this is the shield which we are going to use for our purpose. So we are going to put in all the values. We are going to put in all the images of our text into this mask. I'm going to display that as a word cloud. Okay, good. So let us do that and see how we can get it. So again, what we have to do is I have to go to can I just copy it from here? Okay, so okay, let me just rewrite everything. Okay. So we have to initiate a word cloud. That we are going to do as IT underscore WC is equal to word cloud. Now we are going to put background equal to, let us put white, max for words as 2000, it doesn't matter. Then here we are going to define mask, and we are going to write it as mask is equal to IT underscore mask. That is what we have defined. And then we are going to write stop words equal to words. just see if we had one. Yeah, so it is not stop words, it is stop word. Yeah, perfect. Good. We have stop words is equal to stop word, and everything else is good. Let us see if we have actually redefined stop word. Perfect. Good. Looks good. So we have initiated a word cloud object, IIT underscore WC word cloud, and then we have defined most of the things. Good. So far, so good. And now what we're going to do is we're going to generate the word cloud. So generate the word cloud. For that, we're going to write IIT underscore WC dot generate, and then I'm going to write IIT underscore intro. Perfect. And now see if we have any issues with our coding, else we can actually just go on displaying the data or displaying the word cloud. Okay, fine. So there is some word cloud is not defined. Okay, let me see what happened. Oh, fine. It is not word cloud, it is word cloud. Great, yeah. These small things happen. It always happens. Okay, max word. It is not max word, it is max words. Good. Now again, it is IIT. Perfect, yeah. So by looking at the errors, I'm trying to eliminate that one by one and making my code better. Good. So word cloud is now generated finally. So word cloud is generated, and now we are going to display that word cloud. So again, I'm just going to copy it from here so that I'll not make any mistakes. No more mistakes. Copy it from here. I'm just going to display the word cloud. Display the word cloud in a mask. Okay. And then what we have is figure. The height is 13, width is 10. I'm sure now we need not have to show IIT mask. Now we have to show IIT word cloud and direct interpolation bilinear. It is perfect. Yeah. So everything else looks good to me. And now let us see final product. The final product is over here. This looks much better. Now what we did is we got rid of a rectangular word cloud and we converted the word cloud into something which is in the form of a shield, and that was the logo of IIIT Pune. So we converted it from the boring looking, although it looks good, elegant actually, from rectangular to some different shape. Okay, great. So now what we're going to do is now it is 2:45. Again, what we're going to do is we're going to take a break for 15 minutes. We'll be back at 3 o'clock. And from 3 to 4, what I want you to do is to go back to the files which I have showed, which I have actually shared with you and which are stored into the Google Drive. Go to Google Drive and try to actually redo all the work which I just did. And if you have any doubts, if you have any concerns, you can ask me again. Okay. So let me just save this one. So untitled, so I just going to write as SPP March in 2021, and I'm just going to write it as word cloud. Name, file, save and checkpoint. File is saved, and then I'm going to just close and hot. Perfect. Yeah, good. So I don't want Okay, great. So what we'll be doing now is we'll be creating a word cloud. Let me just put it over here. Okay. And then we'll what I'll do is like in next couple of minutes, I'll upload this video. I'll also upload the Python notebook file. You can come here after 10 minutes or 15 minutes or maybe exactly at 3 o'clock. And from 3 to 4, we'll have a tutorial where you can actually do the work on your own. Okay, so take care. Bye this time. If you have any questions, if you have any doubts, you can actually ask me in the chat room or you can just communicate with me directly.